Everyone loves a good mystery, and few names in racing history have inspired more myths than Smokey Yunick. For years, people imagined that his legendary Daytona Beach garage hid secret engines, forbidden blueprints, and inventions so revolutionary that NASCAR wanted them buried forever. Stories of hidden rooms and outlaw technology spread from one generation of fans to the next. But when Smokey passed away in May 2001 after battling leukemia, the doors to his famous workshop were finally opened. What people discovered wasn't the fantasy they had expected. In many ways, the truth was even more remarkable. Only weeks after his funeral, the modest building at 957 North Beach Street in Daytona Beach welcomed hundreds of visitors instead of government officials or racing executives. Fans traveled from every corner of the country, some driving thousands of miles, hoping to take home a small piece of racing history. This wasn't an exclusive auction for wealthy collectors. It was a public garage sale where ordinary people could walk through the very shop Smokey had proudly called the best damn garage in town. But among the dusty shelves and well-used tools were discoveries that revealed just how far ahead of his time he had been. Smokey had opened the garage back in 1947 and quickly earned a reputation as one of the smartest, boldest, and most controversial mechanics in motorsports. For 40 years, the building became a place where impossible ideas were turned into reality. Then, in 1987, he locked the doors for good, famously saying there simply weren't any good mechanics left. The shop sat almost untouched for years until his family finally began sorting through everything after his death. Many expected to uncover a hidden laboratory packed with mysterious machines. Instead, they found something much more personal, a working craftsman shop that looked as if Smokey had simply stepped out for lunch and never returned. When the garage sale opened during Speed Weeks in February 2002, visitors found everything from $5 hammers to boxes of old racing parts selling for only a few dollars. Hubcaps, exhaust pipes, signs from a 1950s GMC dealership, Smokey's well-worn typewriter, and countless everyday tools filled the building. But mixed among those ordinary objects were extraordinary creations, including one hand-built engine carrying an astonishing claim. According to Smokey, it could deliver an unbelievable 80 miles per gallon. The asking price was $20,000. Was it just another bold claim from one of racing's greatest innovators, or had he really solved a problem the automotive industry couldn't? His wife, Yunick, described the sale perfectly. She smiled and called it a junkyard, but a first-class junkyard. That simple statement captured exactly what visitors experienced. Every dusty corner held another surprise. Yet the sale wasn't just about clearing out old equipment. It was about honoring Smokey's wishes. He never wanted his life's work locked away behind museum glass where no one could appreciate it. He believed tools were meant to build things, engines were meant to run, and ideas were meant to inspire future generations. He wanted the people who truly loved racing to own these pieces of history and continue the spirit of innovation that had defined his entire career. That philosophy reflected the man himself. Throughout his life, Smokey rescued forgotten machines, rebuilt impossible projects, and constantly challenged conventional thinking. He cared far more about solving problems than preserving trophies. According to his family, he had little interest in wealthy collectors buying everything simply to hide it in private collections. Instead, the proceeds from the sale would help fund a foundation dedicated to encouraging new ideas in motorsports, ensuring that the creativity which made Smokey famous would continue long after he was gone. His daughter, Trish Yunick Brown, later explained that while many visitors were eager to own the physical objects, she was keeping something even more valuable, her father's stories. Her husband, Chris Brown, affectionately described Smokey as NASCAR's wildest cheater. To anyone unfamiliar with racing history, that might sound like an insult. Among racers, however, it was one of the greatest compliments imaginable. Smokey constantly found clever ways to work within the gray areas of the rulebook, forcing NASCAR to rewrite its regulations again and again. He wasn't simply breaking rules. He was exposing weaknesses in them. The biggest surprise was that there had never been a secret government raid or a mysterious effort to erase his inventions. The legendary unveiling turned out to be a public garage sale, where fans could buy ordinary hand tools sitting beside extraordinary engineering experiments. Even after the property changed hands in 2003 and the remaining building was eventually destroyed by fire in 2011, the real legacy had already scattered across the country. Pieces of Smokey's workshop ended up in garages, museums, private collections, and racing shops, where they continued inspiring people who admired his relentless creativity. But among all those old tools and dusty shelves sat something even more valuable than souvenirs. Hidden in plain sight were engines that challenged everything Detroit believed about fuel efficiency and performance. Some promised fuel economy that seemed impossible even decades later. Others had already been tested by professional engineers who couldn't ignore the astonishing results. If the public sale proved Smokey's garage wasn't hiding mythical secrets, then what exactly were these engines capable of? And why did one of the greatest breakthroughs in automotive engineering never make it into production?